Good afternoon and welcome to Kerr Stadium for this afternoon's field hockey match between Roanoke College and Center College of Kentucky. Center comes in with a record of 5-5, and their starters, a forward, senior from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, number 3, Barbara Parks. A forward, senior from Williamsburg, Virginia, number 6, Aaron Bacon. A midfielder, junior from Spartanburg, South Carolina, number 7, Julia Rogers. A forward, senior from Cincinnati, Ohio, number 8, Anna Fuller. A forward, freshman from Louisville, Kentucky, number 9, Aaron Mays. Midfielder, senior from Louisville, Kentucky, number 10, Sydney White. Midfielder, junior from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, number 11, Alexis Hebert. A midfielder, junior from Louisville, Kentucky, number 12, Leah Storch. A forward, junior from Louisville, Kentucky, number 14, Courtney Kuiper. A forward, junior from Louisville, Kentucky, number 27, Chelsea Klein. And in goal, a senior from Louisville, Kentucky, number 68, C.C. Lindsay. And for Roanoke College, a junior forward. Roanoke College comes in with a record of 4-8 and 3-3 in the ODAC. Junior forward, number 2, Devin Huddleston from Dobbs Ferry, New York. A sophomore defenseman from Newville, Pennsylvania, number 3, Lauren Hurley. A sophomore defenseman from Eldersburg, Maryland, number 5, Stacy Bechtel. A junior defenseman from Wayne, Pennsylvania, number 6, Laura Stavetsky. A forward senior from Orange, Virginia, number 13, Julie Brown. A forward junior from Fairhaven, New Jersey, number 17, Kelly Finn. A midfielder freshman from Amsterdam, the Netherlands, number 19, Marceline Peak. A midfielder junior from Westport, Massachusetts, number 20, Shannon McCarthy. A forward sophomore from Rumson, New Jersey, number 21, Muriel Hunt. A defenseman freshman from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, number 22, Morgan Ryan. And in goal, a sophomore from Reading, Pennsylvania, number 43, Darian Shooker. We'll be back with the play-by-play action after the national anthem in just a moment. This is Roanoke College Field Hockey.
Roanoke College, classic for tomorrow.
Be sure to catch Roanoke College sports on Valley Vision TV, Comcast Channel 7 in Roanoke, Salem, Botetourt, Lexington, and Blacksburg. Brought to you by Mac and Bob's, Main Street, Salem. For programming information or schedules, go to valleyvisiontv.com.
Mac and Bob's opened for business in 1980. Over the years, we've grown from 10 stools to a full-service restaurant that seats 330 people. Now we invite you to come try our new breakfast menu, featuring sweet potato pancakes, eggs Benedict, omelets made to order, stuffed French toast, homemade sausage and gravy biscuits, and much more. Open for breakfast Monday through Saturday at 8 a.m., Sunday brunch 10 a.m. till 2. See you for breakfast at Mac and Bob's in Salem.
Looking for great food and the big game in high def? Try the new menu items at All Sports Cafe, including thick and juicy burgers grilled to perfection, served with fries and your choice of any side item. All Sports Cafe, where the object is to score great food.
For information or schedules on Valley Vision TV programs, visit us on the internet at valleyvisiontv.com. Remember, you're watching the Valley's only true local network, Valley Vision TV, Comcast Channel 7.
Looking for great food and the big game in high def? Try the new menu items at All Sports Cafe. You'll love our award-winning wings, grilled to perfection with your choice of sauce. Only at All Sports Cafe, Roanoke and Salem, where the object is to score great food.
Dustin Fonder was one of the best all-around athletes to ever don the Roanoke College colors, and while his bread and butter was soccer, he was also well-respected, feared, and even disliked by his ODAC opponents on the basketball floor. Perhaps one degree of pain a player inflicted in his foe over the course of a career can be measured by how much the opposition hated competing against him, and Dustin Fonder's relentless competitive fire places him at the top of this list.
Dustin's right up there with the other great players that I've had, Aaron Ewart, Grayson Prilliman, the guys in my tenure, in my era, that really set the standard, that set the legacy for Scott Allison teams. He was right up there with those guys in terms of competitiveness and wanting to be successful.
As I look at Roanoke athletics, in my 17 years here, I think I can count on one hand athletes I would consider predators.
I'm Brett Pelletier, and welcome back to Kerr Stadium for this afternoon's field hockey match between Roanoke and Center, and we're about ready to get underway. Marceline Peak is going to play it at midfield. And there's the whistle, and here we go to Julie Brown. And Julie gets it to the outside. Roanoke trying to set up. Kelly Finn with it. And she goes back to Stacy Bechtel, center defending. And we have a whistle. And it's going to be a free hit for Roanoke, and it's going to be Stacy Bechtel down the near side. Stacy Bechtel trying to get it up to Kelly Finn. Again, defended out by center, and this time it's going to be in for center. And center plays it in, and they get it toward Darian Shooker in the box, and we have a whistle. And it's going to be a free hit for Roanoke, 16 yards in front of their goal. And they play it back to Stacy Bechtel, who comes over to Kelly Finn. Kelly Finn trying to play it through, getting some help from Morgan Ryan. Now we go to Kelly Finn, and the ball's out. Going to go toward Roanoke's way with a free hit. And this is Kelly Finn sending it forward toward Marceline Peak. Muriel Hunt in there. Marceline Peak plays it back. Muriel Hunt after it. Kelly Finn defending, and it's a free hit for center. And center sends it all the way down the defensive area. Touched by Roanoke. And we're going to have a long hit out the side for center. And center plays it in. And getting it in front of the goal now toward Darian Shooker. Julie Brown trying to play it out of there. And we have a whistle. And Roanoke's going to play it 16 yards in front of their goal. Julie Brown plays it out wide. Now down the far side of the field. And center's going to play it quickly. And they get it toward the box. Trying to put pressure on Roanoke's defense. Roanoke trying to clear it out. Darian Shooker aware in goal. And Roanoke plays it out. And it's going to be Roanoke 16 yards in front of their goal. Roanoke playing it wide. Trying to send it up the near side now. They had it on the stick of Muriel Hunt, and it's taken away by center. And again, center turns around and puts offensive pressure immediately on Roanoke. And the ball goes out the side. It's going to be played 16 yards in front of Roanoke's goal by Roanoke. Down the far side. And we go up the far side now as Roanoke gets it up in front of center's bench and toward the midfield area. Now Roanoke able to cross midfield. Marceline Peak looked like she was carrying it there. Leaves it back for Devin Huddleston. And Julie Brown trying to make a play on it. We have a whistle. It's a free hit for Roanoke. Julie Brown's going to play it as Roanoke now has the ball deep in their offensive zone. And it's played out by center. Center coming back toward the midfield area. And they clear it down. Played by Roanoke and hit out wide. Center plays that. It's down there for center. This is number 3, Barbara Parks, playing it on the near side. And now we have a free hit for Roanoke, 16 yards in front of their goal. No score, 30-35, remaining first half. Roanoke now playing it down the near side. And the ball is out. It's going to be played in by center. And this is number 10, Sydney White, playing it in. I'm joined by Reed Hall. And Reed, what are your impressions so far?
Looks like both teams are feeling each other out a little bit. Both teams are coming in here with a record that always can use improving. Center College has been playing Roanoke for years now, and they know each other well, and they're just feeling each other out right now. It feels like Center's putting a little pressure on the offense, and Roanoke's just seeing what they're coming in with their attack, and later on, hopefully, we'll see some more offensive pressure from Roanoke.
And Marceline Peak now clears it all the way down. Muriel Hunt's in front of everybody. And Muriel Hunt has the ball on her stick, and she's being chased as Roanoke, as Reed said, is deep in their offensive zone. And they're able to get a free hit after a whistle, and they play it down, and Center tries to play it out. Looks like Morgan Ryan is over there helping. Ball on the far side of the field, in front of the benches. Marceline Peak was after that one. And now Marceline Peak was going to play it and have another whistle. And it's going to be a far hit for Roanoke from the sideline area. Long hit. And the ball goes out. This is Kelly Finn with it in front, trying to get it toward the box. Knocked away by Center. Morgan Ryan comes in to try to help Kelly Finn, and Center comes away with it, and they send it all the way down. Ball now in Roanoke's defensive end. They're going to play it in after Center hit it out of the field of play. And that's down to Center, and now the teams are battling forward in the midfield area. Roanoke trying to center it to their offensive zone. Julie Brown coming back and marking. Center now driving it over the midfield stripe. And Center's still with it, and Julie Brown puts up some resistance, and there's the whistle. It's going to be a free hit for Center. And Center places it down, sends it all the way in, and it goes out the back. And Roanoke will play this one 16 yards in front of their goal. Roanoke now coming down the near side. Stacy Bechtel looks for Kelly Finn. Kelly Finn trying to help out. She sends it back to Stacy Bechtel. And Center with the pressure. Stacy Bechtel's going to play it in from the sideline. And she tries to send it to Kelly Finn. It goes off Kelly Finn's stick and out. And Center is going to play it in. And this is number 10, Sydney White. Sydney White with it. Toward the goal. Trying to put pressure on Darian Shooker, but we have a whistle.
It'll be Roanoke ball off of the ball hit the player of the center player's foot.
And we have another whistle. Roanoke will roll the ball back and play the free hit again. And it goes down the near side. Roanoke trying to play the ball up, taken away by center Sydney White over here. Julie Brown tries to come back and step through and make a play. And she does so. Muriel Hunt was out, and it's going to be a free hit for Center. And once again, Sydney White. Sydney White sending it across. Julie Brown got a stick on it. It comes to a player for Center. Center again able to put some offensive pressure on Roanoke, trying to get a shot in the box. And we have a whistle. And we're going to have a free hit for Center right in front of the circle. And Center's playing it. Now they have it inside the circle. They're trying to get a turn and get a shot. And the ball goes out the far side. And it's going to be played in by Roanoke, 16 yards in front of the goal. 26 minutes even remaining in the first half. No score. And Roanoke plays it down. Trying to play it down the field. Marceline Peak after it on the far side. That goes out. It's going to be a free hit for Roanoke, and it's taken up by Marceline Peak. Marceline Peak trying to get around and behind the center defense. Sending it to a teammate in the box toward the goal. Trying to be played out by Center. Is it Muriel Hunt over there, I believe, trying to get that ball and get it toward the goal? Numbers are hard to see when the players are on the far side of the field. And Center sends it all the way down, and it goes out the back. Reed, it looks like the filling out process continues the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, it seems like Roanoke's putting a little more pressure on them, seeing how their defense is going to react, and just putting balls where they should be and seeing what defenders are going to pick up which players and see if they can get by with a pass or something to get a shot on goal.
Center now playing a free hit on the far side. And they'll play another free hit on the far side as there's another whistle. Center putting it in toward the goal, toward the box, trying to get their forwards down there with it. And I believe that was Stacy Bechtel in there defending for Roanoke.
The first penalty corner of the day for Center College.
And we'll try to get a number of who's taking this, but they have light orange numbers on white jerseys, so not the greatest contrast to see.
It's number 14 for Center College.
And the penalty corner played. And they got a shot on Darian Shooker, deflected away, and number 14 was Courtney Kuiper. So Courtney Kuiper played that penalty corner. Now Center College is going to get a long hit out the side. As again, this continues. Center College able to keep offensive pressure on Roanoke's defense, and Roanoke thus far marking well. And the ball goes out. And again, it's going to be a long hit for Center. Roanoke trying to clear it out, and it goes out again. And once again, it'll be played in by Center on the near side. And the ball goes across the face of the goal and out the other side. And Roanoke's going to play it 16 yards in front of their goal. 23 minutes remaining first half, no score. Roanoke puts it down, and they're playing it up the far side. And that looks like Shannon McCarthy over there. And she'll play it in after the ball went out. Ball's in front of the center bench on the far side. Now Roanoke pushing it toward the midfield area, trying to push up. And Roanoke tried to play quick, and that was whistled away. And Roanoke will play another one. They send it all the way down. Julie Brown running after it, trying to pressure. Center with it, and they bring it back toward the midfield area. And we have another whistle. And another free hit for Center, and they cross the midfield area again, and now they're deep into the Roanoke defensive zone. Looks like Lauren Hurley getting over there to defend. Center again sending it toward the circle. And they take a shot outside the circle as they're pushing it toward the goal. Roanoke again trying to defend. Center out the far side with it. They send it toward the goal. And it's wide of the goal.
I believe that did hit off the side of the box at the bottom of the goal and went out of bounds.
Out of the back. And it's going to be a long hit for Center. And again, they're trying to play it in. And now it's over the end line, the backside. And we're going to have another long hit for Center. Teams on the far side of the field with the ball. And Center tries to take it toward the goal and then goes toward the near side. And it's going to be Roanoke 16 yards in front of their goal, I believe. Another long hit there for Center. Roanoke trying to play it away defensively. Center trying to get the ball in the circle and get a shot on. Roanoke trying to mark and defend. Ball's on the far side. And we have a whistle as the ball is coming out. And Roanoke has a free hit, and they're going to try to send it down the far side. And they hit it out. And it's going to be Center again. And Roanoke now has a breakaway as they're getting behind the Center defense. Center has one person back. They get a shot on goal, and it's kicked away by their goalkeeper, who is C.C. Lindsay. She kicks that away. Again, Roanoke gets a shot on. Again, kicked away by C.C. Lindsay. Roanoke continues with the pressure. And it's going to be a penalty corner.
It was a great example of Roanoke catching the Center defense off guard and taking advantage of it. And you saw Julie Brown catch up really fast and give some support to her teammate, and they had a decent shot on goal.
Shannon McCarthy is going to take the penalty corner, as we can see what kind of pressure Roanoke's able to put on. McCarthy plays it, and it's left for her, and the ball goes across the face of the box, and center's going to be able to play this out. And center's going to turn. It's going to go out and be a free hit in for Roanoke. Julie Brown's going to take it. Team's now on the near side of the field. Julie Brown toward the center defense. Played away. Julie Brown again with it on her stick. And we have another whistle, and center is going to play it. And this is Sydney White for center, sending it up the near side, taken away by Stacy Bechtel. Comes down to Allison Denton. And center's going to play it, and they send it up to midfield. And Roanoke getting back. Playing that down. The teams are competing for it now in the midfield area. Comes back to the near side to Sydney White for center, and she sends it down off of a teammate's foot. Looking for a stick. Now we have a whistle. And I think we had an offsides call. And it's going to be a free hit for Roanoke. 18:35 remaining in the first half. No score. Roanoke sends it wide to the near side. Kelly Finn over there with it. Center immediately trying to take it away. She sends it back to Stacy Bechtel. Stacy Bechtel tries to send it up. And we have another whistle. And it's going to be a hit for center. And they quickly play it in as they're trying to put pressure on the defense and send it toward the box, toward Daring and Shooker. Roanoke in there defending. They play it out. Julie Brown after it. And it goes out, and it's going to be played in by center. Down the near side here, Sydney White again playing it in. Center trying to send it toward the center here. No pun intended. The shot toward Daring and Shooker. Another one toward Daring and Shooker. And we have a goal. A goal for center, and we'll get a confirmation on that. Center takes a 1-0 lead with 17:39 remaining in the first half.
Yeah, the shot on goal just came off of a deflection, and it rolled into the back of the net. Sugar just read the ball right, but then the deflection just took the ball out of play for her to be able to save it.
And Marceline Peak's going to play it from midfield when play resumes. And play has resumed. Don't know if we may not get a confirmation on that goal until halftime. You see the stats. And the ball now toward Roanoke's offensive end, and they're going to put pressure on C.C. Lindsay in center. And it's going to be a long hit for Roanoke out the side. And Roanoke takes a shot on goal, and it's kicked away by C.C. Lindsay. And we have a confirmation on the center goal, scored by number 11, Alexis Hebert, assisted by number 14, Courtney Kuiper. So that was the goal that center scored just a minute and a half ago to take a 1-0 lead, and center now with the ball over the halfway point and into their offensive end. And now they're deep in their offensive end again, putting pressure on Roanoke's defense. Trying to play it in. Trying to play it into the box. And they get it toward the box, and it goes all the way toward the goal and hits the side. It's going to be played out by Roanoke, 16 yards in front. 15:43 remaining in the first half, 1-0. Roanoke tries to play it all the way down. And Roanoke now with it in the midfield areas. They're trying to get a run. Allison Denton coming down the near side. Julie Brown following. Denton trying to get a shot on goal, and C.C. Lindsay's going to come out from goal and kick it out. And I think we're going to have a corner kick for Roanoke.
Penalty corner for Roanoke. It'll be the second one of the day for them.
Penalty corner shot for Roanoke as I guess Lindsay hit that one with her foot, got it stuck under her pad.
It looked like it when she went to kick it away, it went underneath there, and she stepped on her a little bit, and the ref saw that and called the penalty corner.
So Roanoke now with the penalty corner, and this looks like Marceline Peak taking it. And she leaves it out, and they try to leave it for a shot on goal. It's played away by a center defenseman back there. And center is going to play this one 16 yards in front. There's going to be another penalty corner, isn't it?
Yep, another penalty corner for
Another
Roanoke.
penalty corner. The more field hockey I watch, the more official movements I'll recognize, I suppose.
Learn the official signals, and you know exactly what they're calling.
Exactly. We certainly can see the officials with the bright pink shirts.
There's
they're
no
wearing.
missing them today. They're wearing the pink, coincidentally, in October for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
And Marceline Peak is playing the penalty corner, and Julie Brown's trying to play it, and they're trying to keep pressure on the center defense. And center tries to play that away, and we have another whistle, and it's going to be a free hit for center as they try to play it out. And they play it all the way down, except that they knocked it wide and outside the field of play. It's going to be a free hit in for Roanoke, taken by Stacy Bechtel. And Bechtel plays it, looking for her buddy Kelly Finn. And Allison Denton's going to play it in. And center plays it out and plays it away. And now Allison Denton goes down, and we have another whistle. And it's going to be a free hit for center, and they just keep going down the near sides. They played that one quickly. And again, center plays it up. Roanoke trying to play it away. Center now again with pressure on Roanoke's defense. They're in their offensive part of the field, their offensive 50. And they send it in. There's a whistle. And it's going to be a free hit for center. I think it was another foot foul for Roanoke. And center tries to play it in toward the circle. Played out by Roanoke. Roanoke now down the far side with it. And center immediately regains possession and puts offensive pressure on Roanoke. Julie Brown after the ball, and we have a whistle. It's going to be a free hit for Roanoke. And Morgan Ryan looks like she took that one. Tried to put it to the wide side of the field, and it goes out. Kelly Finn can't save it, so it's going to be a free hit for center. I guess Roanoke's going to play that one. They called it off center. And that ball's wide off of center. And it's going to be played in by Roanoke. Stacy Bechtel. 12:21 remaining in the first half. 1-0 center. Stacy Bechtel sends it back. And again, center challenges, keeps tremendous defensive pressure on Roanoke, and gets the ball away. And we have another whistle. We have a free hit for Roanoke. And here we go down the near side. Allison Denton, Julie Brown trying to send it up. And now Marceline Peak with it. Marceline Peak tries to center it toward the goal. And center plays that out. Center now trying to get it back toward the midfield area, taking it wide to the far side of the field. Center now in front of the Roanoke bench as they're trying to send it up, and that ball was a little bit high, and that's going to go to Roanoke. Roanoke quickly puts it in play as they have an opportunity to put pressure on center, and center immediately takes the ball away and puts it in their half of the 50-yard pitch. And we have a whistle, and Roanoke's going to play it back. And Roanoke now plays it all the way down. And it looks like Lauren Hurley over there trying to get it behind the defense. And we have another whistle. And center's going to play a free hit in front of the Roanoke bench. Center now playing it in the midfield area. Coming back. And we have another whistle. It's going to be a free hit for Roanoke. Reed, it looks like center's gotten out of that 5-minute box or so where they didn't quickly give up that tying goal, which is important in field hockey.
That is true.
So
first few minutes right after a goal is scored is the most dangerous time for the other team. You get comfortable with that goal, and they take advantage of it. But center seems to be keeping up the pace and keeping the ball, at least if not on their side of the field, but in the neutral zone.
And Kelly Finn now has it down the near side. Kelly Finn keeping it on her stick and trying to send it up. She was looking for Allison Denton, and that went a little bit too far, and center was able to play that out. And now Allison Denton's going to play it back, and they get it centered in front, and C.C. Lindsay kicks it out, and Kelly Finn's going to let it go. Marceline Peak toward the front, as Roanoke is again putting a nice piece of offensive pressure here with 9:56 to go in the first half, and we have a whistle, and center's going to play this from 16 yards in front of their goal. And they try to send it all the way down the far side, and it's taken away by Roanoke. Roanoke again applying a great deal of offensive pressure. And we have another whistle. The ball's going to be put in play on the far side. Roanoke had a long hit that time, and the young lady for center is able to take the ball away from Marceline Peak and send it all the way up. And center's trying to outrun Roanoke for the ball and get behind the defense. And they do so. And they put a shot across the face of Darian Shooker, but all the way out the near side.
Yeah, that crossing pass was just a little too hard, and the other center player trying to catch up couldn't get quite to it to deflect it in.
And Roanoke's going to play it 16 yards in front of their goal. And they play it down the near side. Allison Denton, center challenging Allison Denton and Marceline Peak, and there's a whistle, and Marceline Peak's going to play it, and center immediately challenges her, and again there's another free hit for Marceline Peak, so she takes it over the midfield area into the Roanoke offensive zone. Roanoke now in their offensive 50. Julie Brown. Julie Brown going to send it wide to Stacy Bechtel. Stacy Bechtel looking for Kelly Finn. Whistle. Free hit center. Ball in the neutral zone near the center half. And this is Sydney White, and she sends it through. Looking for teammates coming through, and she gets it on a teammate's stick there. And it's played away by Roanoke. That looked like Lauren Hurley. Whistle, and Lauren Hurley will play it over there. 8 minutes remaining first half. 1-0 center. And the ball goes out, and it's going to be played in by center. And center plays it in over the midfield stripe. And Roanoke now plays it in their 50 offensively. And they're going down the far side. And Allison Denton looks to be with a teammate over there. That looks like Lauren Hurley was playing it. Now the ball is taken away by center and sent back toward the neutral area. Julie Brown trying to play it, and it goes out, and it's going to be a free hit in for center. Center plays it up, and it's off a Roanoke player immediately as Roanoke was able to knock that down. There's the pass. And the ball being played in by center as they try to send it in their offensive half. And that looks like Allison Denton playing it in the middle for Roanoke, playing it away. Looking for Julie Brown, goes beyond her stick. Now Julie Brown gets herself back into play and competes for the ball. And we have a whistle, and it's going to be a free hit for center, and they try to send it up. And now they are getting it behind the Roanoke defense. This looks like number 11 for center, and she tries to center it to a teammate, and it's knocked away by Roanoke. And number 11 for center is Alexis Hebert, who scored the goal. And center again trying to put it in front. Darian Shooker alertly kicks that one away. Comes to the wide side to Roanoke. Center immediately takes it away, and again a shot, and it goes wide beyond the goal, over the center line, over the end line, and it's going to be played in front by Roanoke, 16 yards in front of their goal. 6 minutes remaining first half, 1-0 center. And Roanoke played it down, tried to get it into their offensive end, and center immediately took the ball away, and it's defensive pressure immediately again on Roanoke as the ball is in front of the goal. And center was trying to get a shot off, and we have a whistle. And I think we're going to have a penalty corner this time. Penalty corner center on the far side. And we'll see how they set it up.
Number 14 for Center College is lined up to take the penalty corner again. This will be their second or third one? Second penalty corner.
And that's Courtney Kuiper. This is her second penalty corner. And she sends it out and gets it back. and tries to put it in front for a teammate. And Roanoke's trying to play it down, and we have a whistle. And Roanoke is going to play this ball 16 yards in front of the goal. Under 5 minutes remaining first half, 1-0 Center. And it's put in, and Roanoke kicks it away. And it goes out the far side, and it's going to be a far side long hit for Center. And that also looks like Courtney Kuiper over there. And she sends it to a teammate as, again, they try to put it in front of the box. And we have another whistle. And we're going to have Roanoke playing it 16 yards in front of their goal. Looks like Morgan Ryan back there playing it. She plays it to the far side in front of the benches, far side of the field. Roanoke trying to play it up. We have another whistle, and we're going to have a free hit for Center. And Center immediately takes the ball in and is putting pressure again in front of Roanoke's goal. And the ball pops up as it's saved by Darian Shooker. Comes to a Center player. And again, they're trying to get a shot, and Roanoke's trying to mark and defend. And the ball comes out wide, and it goes out, and Center's going to play it in.
It was a great clear by Julie Brown there. She just knocked it out of the zone, and it went out of bounds, but it gave the defense time to reset.
And that ball is a high ball, a little bit too high, and it's going to be a free hit for Roanoke. And it looks like Morgan Ryan, and she's joined down the near side by Allison Denton. She looked to the middle of the field for Julie Brown. Julie Brown lost her balance, and Center comes up with the ball once again. And they're into the middle of the circle, driving toward Darian Shooker. And we have a call. And we're going to have a penalty corner for Center. And this most likely will be number 14, Courtney Kuiper, with the penalty corner. Getting set to put the penalty corner in play. Kuiper puts it in play. Center puts it down. Trying to get it in front. Darian Shooker knocks it away. Again in front for Center, as they're putting a tremendous amount of offensive pressure on Roanoke, and Darian Shooker able to kick that one away. Approaching 2 minutes remaining first half, 1-0 Center. A lot of this game has been played in the Center offensive end, Reed.
Yep, it seems like they have turned up the pace in the past 10 minutes and gotten quite a few shots off on goal, if not just wide of the net. And
Center plays a nice interception there right in front of the Roanoke goal. And the ball comes out wide after a nice defensive play by Roanoke. And it's going to be a long hit for Center. Center plays it in. Marceline Peak tried to play it up, and Center gets it back away. And again, they're putting tremendous pressure on Darian Shooker and Roanoke's defense. Center able to keep the ball deep into their offensive 50. 1 minute remaining first half. 1-0 Center. Be interesting what Coach Banks has to share with her team at halftime to get this field reversed and get the ball in the Roanoke offensive end.
Roanoke's going to have to turn up the offensive pressure, being down one going into the second half here. But even though Center has put on the offensive pressure in the past 10 minutes, I think Roanoke's defense has dealt with it well. They haven't given Center too many open shots and put the pressure directly on the goalie. They've either been deflections or side shots that have been wide of the net.
And again, Center trying to play it deep in their own offensive zone as they had a whistle and a quick free play. put the ball in play quickly. Now they're going to have a long hit with 10 seconds remaining in the first half. And we have halftime. And it's 1-0 Center. And we'll be back with the second half and halftime statistics in a while. I'm Brett Pelletier with Reed Hall, and this is Roanoke College Field Hockey.
Be sure to catch Roanoke College sports on Valley Vision TV, Comcast Channel 7 in Roanoke, Salem, Botetourt, Lexington, and Blacksburg. Brought to you by Mac and Bob's, Main Street, Salem. For programming information or schedules, go to valleyvisiontv.com.
Mac and Bob's opened for business in 1980. Over the years, we've grown from 10 stools to a full-service restaurant that seats 330 people. Now we invite you to come try our new breakfast menu, featuring sweet potato pancakes, eggs Benedict, omelets made to order, stuffed French toast, homemade sausage and gravy biscuits, and much more. Open for breakfast Monday through Saturday at 8 a.m., Sunday brunch 10 a.m. till 2. See you for breakfast at Mac and Bob's in Salem.
Looking for great food and the big game in high def? Try the new menu items at All Sports Cafe, including thick and juicy burgers grilled to perfection, served with fries and your choice of any side item. All Sports Cafe, where the object is to score great food.
The Roanoke College Hall of Fame is made up of over 200 of Roanoke College's finest student athletes. Their faces and their stories are the very fabric that sustain, strengthen, and validate the excellence of Roanoke College athletics.
Yeah, there's got to be some dreamers and there's got to be some doers. And it's great that the Hall of Fame 35 years ago, the people that started it, thought of a great way to dreamed a great dream and are recognizing the doers that have kind of set the standard for the athletes now at Roanoke College. I think anytime a student athlete at Roanoke College puts on that Roanoke uniform, they may not feel it when they put it on for the first time, but hopefully after the 4 years, we've done a good enough job as a group of coaches where we've taught them how important carrying on a tradition and that legacy of success, that these special student athletes, those that have been recognized by the Hall of Fame, by that group of people that started 35 years ago, hopefully they really, by the time they graduate, they really feel the pride and they really feel a special part of being a part of the Roanoke College athletic family.
I go back to being 11 years old when Roanoke College started this Hall of Fame, and I was here, and I was very close to a lot of people that were the initial inductees, and I know the majority of the people are on those walls, and I am proud to say it just gives an unbelievable presence and to what Roanoke has done in athletics. It's neat to look at those people and see how successful they've gone on to be in their lives and in their careers. And most of those people are connected back with the college, and we're proud of them. And I tell just about everybody that asks me, my favorite weekend of the year is Alumni Weekend because I get to go out and see my friends, and even my wife Jody's very good about saying, hey, I won't see you for 2 days. You go do what you want to do and see your friends and see your old players and the old athletes from other sports that I enjoy being around.
Doesn't seem like all that long ago for me, because I was at college 35 years ago, and it really just seems like yesterday. I mean, gosh, going to the basketball games and the soccer games and being here in the college community. I think about it sometimes. That was, 1970 when I came here as a freshman was 36 years ago.
The Roanoke College Athletic Hall of Fame family has reached incredible milestones over the decades. 2 national championships in men's lacrosse and men's basketball. Our members have played critical roles in 77 ODAC and regional titles and has produced well over 100 All-Americans.
There's so many quality people that come to mind when you think about all those legacies. And when you're looking around that room, you're kind of in awe of the fact that so many years student athletes have really excelled and have really garnered enough success to help put Roanoke, not only put Roanoke on the map, but be able to keep the name of Roanoke on the map and help us attract students.
People don't have encyclopedias as much anymore because of the internet and everything, but I can remember going back and looking at the encyclopedia, and it'd be an hour sometimes, and I still hadn't looked up what I was looking for because something else caught my eye, and I'd read. And I think it's the same kind of thing at our Hall of Fame. You can walk in there and look at one of the plaques and get interested, and the next thing you know, you're walking around reading the plaques, and it's half an hour, 45 minutes going by, and it's quite an impressive thing.
The Hall of Fame was started the year I was born, so that gives you a little of my age. I'm 34 and born in 1971. And I think when you're in school, you're in it for the moment. You're in it for the play, and the accolades are great. You realize, hey, wow, that was really an accomplishment, but you don't. You kind of keep moving on. I think I've got other things I need to do. And I think when we got out and look a few years down the road, and you're still playing, and you miss your teammates, and you miss traveling on the road and the camaraderie that you have with those guys. I think as you get inducted in the Hall of Fame, when that letter comes, and you look at it, you're just, wow, every inch and every day of my career that I've worked from a little kid to now has just paid off.
Well, I think all of us as coaches, at some point in time, will take our kids into that Hall of Fame room or point out some people or introduce them to alumni when alumni come to our games and say, this is such and such, and we're proud of them because they did this, this, and this during their careers. And I challenge my guys because of who came before them, and I make sure they know that an alumni is in the house when we're playing a game, or 3 or 4 of them. I make sure I tell them a lot of stories because I try to use what's happened in the past to show them why they should do things a certain way. Athletics is a proving ground for character, and meeting our alumni, being around them is important for our youngsters today. And it's also important for our alums to make sure that we've got people that are as high quality enough to carry on the tradition that they created.
When you walk into the Hall of Fame room and the lights are dimmed and you look around and you see all these faces from, oh my gosh, how many years ago? What a legend of people. You go into the Hall of Fame room and you look from one end to the other and you walk through. You're in there by yourself and you say, oh my gosh, look at the history. And it's just, I get emotional because it is very nostalgic. You see the tradition in there. You see the lives that maybe I've touched.
Roanoke College is indeed proud to celebrate the 35th anniversary of the Athletic Hall of Fame.
Welcome back to Kerr Stadium as the second half is about to get underway. Quickly for center, Barbara Parks had 2 shots and 1 was on goal. Sydney White had 1 shot and it was on goal. Alexis Hebert had 1 shot and it was a goal. Courtney Kuiper had 1 shot and 1 assist. They had 5 shots, 3 on goal, 1 goal and 1 assist in the first half. Cece Lindsay had 1 save in the first half and gave up no goals. Roanoke had 2 shots, and each team had 3 penalty corners. And the only goal was at 17:38 center Alexis Hebert, assisted by Courtney Kuiper, to give center a 1-0 lead. Reed, you have the Roanoke stats.
Yeah, Devin Huddleston had 1 shot on goal, and Morgan Ryan had 1 shot as well. Darian Sugar had 2 saves and 1 goal against, and has played the full first half and is going to come in the second half.
And center plays the ball as we've started the second half, and they're trying to send it up. Roanoke now going right to left on your radio dial as you're looking in here at Kerr Stadium. And center again immediately putting in offensive pressure on Roanoke. A lot of the first half was played in center's 50 yards of offense. And Roanoke now playing it deep. And it's out, and it's going to be a long hit for center on the near side here. And that looks like number 3, Barbara Parks, playing it. And Roanoke gets that one away, and here comes center back trying to get the ball. And they do. And they're able to turn it right back around and put a pressure again on Roanoke's defense. Little mishit there, or that would have been a shot. Center again controlling it. Center has really kept the ball in their third of the field, Reed.
They're doing a good job of keeping their ball in the offensive zone. Roanoke's defensive line, however, is keeping a good job of clearing the ball out of the scoring circle and making sure that when center does get a good pass and they have to pass it in outside the scoring circle to a player on a deflection pass. And more times than not, the defensive players of Roanoke can clear the ball back out and reset the play for Center College.
And here comes center again. And this one is deflected and knocked down and put out by Julie Brown, and she was looking for Marceline Peak, and the ball was taken away from Marceline Peak. But it's going to be a free hit for Roanoke, and Julie Brown immediately comes up to put it in play, and Roanoke now has it in their offensive half of the pitch. And Roanoke down the far side. That looks like Allison Denton putting pressure on. And they're coming back out. Roanoke putting pressure on center in the front now, and C.C. Lindsay comes out and kicks the ball away. And center's trying to play it outside the goal, and we have another whistle. And it's going to be a free hit for Roanoke. And Morgan Ryan is going to come up and take that free hit. And Roanoke now putting some offensive pressure of their own on. And we have another whistle. And this is going to be a long hit out the side for Roanoke. And who's going to take it here? Morgan Ryan again. Morgan Ryan plays it wide to an open teammate. That looks like Stacy Bechtel over there. Team's on the far side of the field. Ball comes back to Morgan Ryan. And they put it in front. And they almost got it around C.C. Lindsay, and she's able to kick it out. Nice play there by C.C. Lindsay.
That was a great save by C.C. Lindsay. She was aware of where the ball was at and kicked it out to the side and cleared it at the very first chance she had.
And now we're going to have a penalty corner for Roanoke. And these are normally taken by Shannon McCarthy or Marceline Peak, and this time it looks like Shannon McCarthy. Shannon McCarthy puts it in play. Roanoke tried to put it down. Here comes center defensively. Ball put in front, and again it's wide. And this time we have a long hit for Roanoke on the near side. They changed the call?
I think the ref changed the call to free hit by Center College.
And that's played at 16 yards in front of their goal, and now they're driving back toward their offensive end. Roanoke trying to defend. And
Center College player was going up the field, and I guess she didn't realize where she was on the field to the sideline and walked right over the line.
Shannon McCarthy with good defensive pressure there, however, and now Center College has the ball in their offensive half of the pitch. And it goes out. It's going to be played in by Roanoke. Teams are on the far side of the field. Roanoke playing the ball up, and this looks like Marceline Peak. And she tried to go to Julie Brown. And it's going to be a free hit for Roanoke over on the far side. 30 minutes exactly remaining in the second half. 1-0 Center. Roanoke trying to put pressure on Center's defense. They're over in front of Center's bench. And the ball goes out. Will be played in by Roanoke. And they sent it down toward the goal. They had it on the stick of Marceline Peak. And it's taken away, but it's going to be a free hit for Roanoke right outside the box. And this is Kelly Finn. And Kelly Finn puts it in play. And it's off a foot. And I guess it was a Roanoke foot because Center is going to play it out in front of their goal. And now they're going down the wide side of the field. Julie Brown trying to get back and get the ball away. Now Center crosses it over and reverses field, and they've got an open player here on the near side. And Center again has the ball deep in their offensive zone. And the ball goes over the end line. And it's going to be played by Roanoke 16 yards in front of their goal. Morgan Ryan plays it to the near side. That looks like Lauren Hurley. Trying to look for Shannon McCarthy. Center tries to take it away. We have another whistle. And Roanoke will play this. Morgan Ryan plays it up. And she played it for Marceline Peak, and it went off the foot of Marceline Peak. So Center's going to play it in a free hit, and Center sends it right back in front of Roanoke's goal. And that's played away by Shannon McCarthy. Courtney Kuiper over there for Center after it. And now this looks like number 3, Barbara Parks, is going to play it in. Long hit style from the near side for Center. And Barbara Parks tries to center it in front of the goal. And we have another whistle as that ball was a little bit high on the stick for Center. A little mishit. Roanoke sends it out to the midfield area. And Center retrieves. And Center again has it in the offensive side of their pitch. Roanoke playing it out now. Kelly Finn taking it to the far side of the field. Roanoke over in front of their own bench. And it looked like Allison Denton lost it out of bounds. And Center's going to play it in. And Reed, with about 7 minutes gone here in the second half, what are you seeing so far?
I saw a great offensive push by Roanoke early on. They did a good thing. That's what I saw. Is they passed the ball back to another player and put an extra person into the box, and that gave them a shot on goal. However, Center College has rebounded and is putting the ball back in their offensive zone.
And Marceline Peak has the ball now, and she's going to take it down the near side. Marceline Peak has had a great midseason, going into the late season, being able to score several goals for Roanoke, and she puts it in front. Julie Brown now with it as Roanoke is putting defensive pressure on Center, and a Center defenseman comes away with the ball. And we have a whistle, and it's a free hit for Center, and they immediately put it in play. And now they're taking it back to the neutral zone and putting it back in their offensive zone, and that's taken away by Shannon McCarthy. As Center goes down the near side, and again Center is in the offensive zone, putting pressure on Roanoke and Darian Shooker. Good step through there by Stacy Bechtel trying to defend. And it's on the stick of Kelly Finn. And there's no whistle. It looks like the ball went out. And Center puts it right in front of Darian Shooker, and it's cleared out by Roanoke. And Center again puts pressure, and it's going to be a long hit for Center out the side.
Darian Shooker read that cross pass perfectly, and she was right in front of the Center College player as she shot the ball, and the Center College player shot it right into her leg pad, and it came over the great save for Roanoke.
And Center again immediately putting pressure on Roanoke's defense. And now we have a whistle, and it looks like it's going to be a hit for Roanoke, 16 yards in front of their goal. My correction, penalty corner, center. And this looks like Courtney Kuiper again, Reed, who seems to be center's designated.
She's the one that's been taking the penalty corners all day long.
This is something new for me that I haven't seen. I guess you can choose which side you want to take the corner on.
Yep.
Because
they're allowed to pick which side of the goal that they would like to start the penalty corner from.
Ball knocked down by Roanoke. And Kelly Finn trying to play it. And Kelly Finn now has it on her stick down the far side of the field. And she sends it up, and center comes to them, and they send it back. And again, they're able to keep it in their offensive 50 yards. And they send it all the way down toward the goal, trying to get it around Darian Shooker, and they can't keep it in. So it's going to be 16 yards in front of Roanoke's goal, and Morgan Ryan's going to play it. And she plays it back to Stacy Bechtel. Looks like Kelly Finn playing it over there with some help from Morgan Ryan. And again, when Roanoke gets to the neutral zone and midfield area, Reed center's right there to take the ball away and reverse it back to their offensive zone. Roanoke has a substitution coming in now. And who do we have here? That's number 2. Devin Huddleston returning to the lineup for Roanoke. And again, center playing it, getting back in front of their bench on the far side and playing the ball and sending it into their offensive half. Julie Brown competing and getting after the ball for Roanoke. The ball goes out, and it's going to be played in by center. 23:40 remaining in the second half, 1-0 center. Center again pressuring Roanoke and keeping the ball in front in their offensive zone. And the ball is going to be a long hit for center. Center puts it right in the center there, trying to get a stick on it and put it toward the goal. Roanoke able to play that one out. This is Leanne Hurley over to Devin Huddleston. The ball goes out, and it's going to be played in by center. Center plays it down, and we have another whistle.
Be a penalty corner for Center College.
And, of course, Courtney Kuiper has been taking those. So we'll see if there's any change there. Courtney Kuiper trying to...
Number 11 is going to take the penalty corner.
Number 11 is going to take it this time.
As soon as we said that she was designated, they switched it up on us.
Alexis Hebert is taking this one. Maybe a French pronunciation of that name. I've got to be careful. It may be Hebert. But Alexis puts it in play. And it's again toward Darian Shooker and off her pads as she kicked that one away. Darian Shooker's had a nice game in goal. And Roanoke sends it up. Julie Brown after it. It comes to center. Julie Brown competing for it again. Julie Brown came away with it this time. And it went out, and Julie Brown's going to be able to play it in front of Roanoke's bench. And she tries to send it down. We have another whistle. And Roanoke's going to play it again, and this is going to be Julie Brown. And Brown plays it up, and again, right to a center player, and sent back out to the neutral zone as they continue to have ball control. Kelly Finn trying to send it in, and Kelly Finn was double-teamed. Ball comes back out, and Center College has it, and they're in their offensive 50 yards again, headed toward the goal. And they try to push it through to teammates in front. And Roanoke comes back to defend. We have a whistle. And Barbara Parks tried to play it for center, and we have another whistle. And this is going to be a free hit for Roanoke. Morgan Ryan. Morgan Ryan trying to send it down. Again taken away by center, and we have a whistle as Barbara Parks got in front of Morgan Ryan's pass. Another free play for Roanoke. Roanoke sends it down. And we're going to have another free play for Roanoke, and this looks like Morgan Ryan. Morgan Ryan playing the free hit. And she tried to get it to Marceline Peak. Marceline Peak was double teamed. We have a whistle, and center's going to put it in play. And a great play there by Devin Huddleston to knock that pass down. But again, center's able to put it in play quickly. And they've got the ball back in their offensive half, deep in the zone. Morgan Ryan trying to play it away. Morgan Ryan gets it up, looking for Marceline Peak, and a young lady for center steps in front and intercepts the ball. And center again playing it right in front of Darian Shooker, and the ball goes out long, and it's going to be a long hit on the sideline there from center. 19:54 remaining in the second half, 1-0 center. Center trying to put it in front, and Huddleston cleared that one away. Center again with it, and again applying offensive pressure. Whistle, and Leanne Hurley calls that whistle, and the ball is going to be played 16 yards in front of the goal for Roanoke. And Leanne Hurley puts it down and plays it. And this is number 8 for Roanoke, Sophie Otterloo in the game playing on. And again, the ball goes out wide. And we're going to have Roanoke playing 16 yards in front of their goal. Center again, still able to keep the ball for the most part in their offensive half, Reed.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of passing between players and trying to find the open person. Roanoke's defensive line's also doing a good job of clearing the ball out and making them reset very often. As long as the defensive line can keep making them reset, we just need to get the position to start an offensive push. I believe the offensive line for Roanoke College has done a great job this half. They've only had to leave it up to Darian Shooker just a couple times to make a good save.
The ball being played in a neutral area of the field by Roanoke, and the ball goes out, and it's going to be played in by center. Approaching 18 minutes to go in the second half, 1-0 center. Had some substitutions there. The ball goes back, and Roanoke's playing it down toward the goal now. A chance to put some offensive pressure on C.C. Lindsay. And center plays it away, and we have a whistle. And we're going to have a free hit for center. Back in the back, I guess the official thought the young lady started too soon before, and center's now playing it down the wide side in front of the benches. Looking for players in front. Center's making a good run again offensively. Trying to leave it out. Roanoke trying to defend. Again, Roanoke does defend. Kelly Finn after it. She tries to leave it wide for Stacy Bechtel. Center's still after the ball. And the teams are really getting after it and competing in the neutral area. Foul there on Julie Brown, and center plays it in. And the ball is out. Out the wide side of the field. We've now passed the halfway point of the second half as we have 17:09 remaining in the second half. 1-0 center. And we have a whistle. And center is going to play the ball. Again, able to keep the ball in their offensive half, in their offensive 50 on the pitch. And center with nice passing again. And they play it out wide. Now they're wide to the near side, and that young lady sends it in, and it goes out. And it's going to be played in for Roanoke, and that's Lauren Hurley down there. Lauren Hurley plays it up. Center again defensively, very strong on Sophie Otterloo. Otterloo puts it down and plays it up, and it's off a center foot, and center plays it. Center again able to keep it in the offensive end of the pitch. And now Lauren Hurley of Roanoke plays it, and it comes to a young lady from center, and she puts the ball out. Lauren Hurley will play it in again. Lauren Hurley down the near side. Looking for Marceline Peak. Marceline Peak leaves it live for Devin Huddleston's Roanoke now going to get some pressure on, and the ball goes out the end line before it gets to C.C. Lindsay. And what do we have? I believe we have center going to play at 16 yards in front of their goal. And they're going to put it back in play. And here we go for center. Center trying to send it down. Lauren Hurley back after it. And we have a whistle as the ball goes out. Roanoke's going to play it in on the near side. Lauren Hurley. Hurley passes it. Leaves it back for Morgan Ryan. Back to Lauren Hurley. And we have a whistle. And center's going to play it. And the young lady for center just sends it in. And again, knocked down nicely by Roanoke. That was Stacy Bechtel. Back to Lauren Hurley, over to Devin Huddleston, and center intercepts that pass intended for Marceline Peak. And center now after it. Center getting around the Roanoke defense, and now it's played out by Morgan Ryan, and center once again immediately possesses the ball. And they possess it away from Julianne Brown. And we have a whistle. And Roanoke's going to get a free hit, and Julianne Brown sends it down. And it goes out. It's going to be played in by center. Roanoke is having trouble getting a collective run at C.C. Lindsay in the center goal, Reed.
Yeah, they're having trouble getting players down there. Their numbers are have always been odd. There's been far more center defensive players to defend the Roanoke players than there have been Roanoke players down there. And I think that's because the center team has been putting so much offensive pressure up that they're having trouble rebounding over once they get a good pass downfield.
Devin Huddleston in there competing and trying to get the ball toward Roanoke zone, and she does so. And this looks like Sophie Otterloo over to Julie Brown. Julie Brown trying to reverse field, and again, center steps in front with a nice step through and defends. And now center has it on the far side. And center's coming up, and they send it all the way down. And center's running after it, trying to get control of it once it gets all the way down. And we have a whistle, and we're going to have a free hit from center. Approaching 13 minutes remaining in the second half, 1-0 center. Kelly Finn gets back for Roanoke, and she plays it. Now she has it down the far side in front of the benches. And center steps through again and intercepts Kelly Finn's pass and keeps it on their offensive half, their offensive 50 of the pitch. And center now putting it in front. And we have another whistle, and we're going to have a penalty corner for center. Center again keeping that pressure up. And it looks like Shannon McCarthy has re-entered the lineup. As here comes center's penalty corner. Ball put in play. Right in front. Roanoke runs out after it. And again, Roanoke's defense able to deflect it wide. And it's going to be a wide hit out the near side for center. Center's going to play it in. That looks like Barbara Parks playing it in front of the goal. And we have another whistle. And we're going to have another penalty corner for center. As center continues to keep the pressure on, as we're about in the last third of the second half. 11:50 to go. 1-0 center this afternoon. And I think we have our young lady back, Reed. I think this is number 14, Courtney Kuiper, with that penalty corner.
Yeah, that was her starting the penalty corner. She started the last one as well.
And it comes right back to her, and she's able to put it in the goal. Courtney Kuiper with the goal. We'll see who gets the assist. She got it in the near side corner of the cage around Darian Shooker. And with 11:20 to go in the second half, center takes a 2-0 lead.
That was a great play by center. After the penalty corner, they moved all of their offensive players up to the top of the circle and left Kuiper down low just by herself. And it baited the Roanoke defense into moving up and left her open for a clean shot on goal.
Marceline Peak plays the ball in to Julie Brown, goes back to Morgan Ryan. And it's down the far side now, and I believe that's Kelly Finn with it over there. And we have a whistle, and Kelly Finn's going to have a free play. a free hit, 10:50 remaining in the second half, and center's up 2-0. And what do we have? We have center with a free hit. And center sends it down again to their offensive half of the pitch in their offensive 50 yards, and they're trying to play it down the far side, and Roanoke stepped in front, and now the ball's in the neutral area. And center again comes away with it, and they put pressure on Roanoke. And center started a little bit too soon for the officials' liking at that point, and we'll have a restart, and center puts it again right in front, and it's deflected out around the far side of the cage. And what do we have? We have...
It'd be a free hit for Roanoke. Ball was a little too high, and I think the official called a dangerous play on that one.
So Roanoke is going to play it 16 yards in front of their goal, and they do so as Morgan Ryan leaves it back for Stacy Bechtel. And again, the players are on the far side of the field. I believe this is Kelly Finn with it over there. As Roanoke tries to send it down, it goes out, and it's going to be played in by center. 9:30 remaining in the second half. Center up 2-0. And center sends it all the way across, and the young lady for center, Barbara Parks, can't run it down. So it's going to be played in by Roanoke, this time on the near side, and this is Lauren Hurley. And again, she puts it in, and center, playing tough, get their stick right on it. And now Devin Huddleston was after it. And center plays it again, and again they're putting pressure on Roanoke's defense as they have it right in front of the goal, and Roanoke this time gets it out. Roanoke now has the ball in their offensive half of the field. Roanoke in their offensive 50, driving it down towards C.C. Lindsay, and the center defense gets back. And it's going to be a free hit for Roanoke, and it looks like Julie Brown's going to take it. Roanoke puts it in front. Center plays it away. Nice defense again by center. Center coming down the near side of the field, and they send it all the way up. And they're there to get the ball. As again, their players are spaced so well. This is Sydney White taking it on Shooker, and again, center puts it in front, and it goes in the near side of the cage past Darian Shooker. And with 8:10 to go in the half, it's 3-0 center.
It was a great pass at midfield, and number 14 for center picked the ball up and had numbers on their side, and just had the open player right in front of the net for a cross goal.
And Roanoke calls a timeout. So we have a timeout in the game at this point. We'd like to remind everyone that on October the 19th, the volleyball team is at home and they play Washington and Lee. And on October the 20th, men's soccer is at home and they also play Washington and Lee. That's Saturday. And at 11 a.m., the volleyball team also plays that day. Field hockey's next home game is the 21st, which is Sunday at 11:30 against Lebanon Valley. And unless my geography has escaped me, that's in Pennsylvania. So they'll be playing Lebanon Valley on the 21st. And then on the 23rd, we've got a soccer doubleheader. The men and women will both be playing. The women will be playing their final home game against Randolph-Macon. And on the 24th at 3:30, the field hockey team will be playing their final regular season home game against Randolph-Macon as well. So those events coming up here at Roanoke College, and looking forward to those, and then looking forward to the start of basketball in November, as practice can start Monday. Of course, Division I teams could start last night. I guarantee you they start in earnest today with all the Midnight Madness foolishness behind them. And with 8:10 to go in the second half, center leads this game 3-0. And Roanoke has retaken the field as Coach Banks has given her troops some instructions during the timeout. And center is still in their huddle in front of their bench. Center's done a great job today, Reed, again, keeping the ball in their offensive half of the pitch in their 50 yards.
And I believe the success from that comes from their passes are fundamental, and they're always finding the open person, and they're not afraid to pass it multiple times before taking a shot on goal.
And Marceline Peak is going to play it. As soon as the official gives the whistle, it says time can go, and here we go. Morgan Ryan on down the far side, and she leaves it for a teammate, and I believe that's Kelly Finn. Again, from that far away, the numbers are hard to see. And center's able to get the ball away and play it in, and they just send it down. And it goes off a Roanoke foot, and center's going to have another free hit. 7:40 remaining in the game. 3-0 center. Center again able to keep it in their offensive 50 and put pressure on Roanoke. That time they send it all the way out the end line, and Roanoke is going to play it 16 yards in front of their goal. Morgan Ryan with it. And Morgan Ryan puts it in play. And I believe that was Shannon McCarthy sending it up for Kelly Finn. And Kelly Finn's going to be able to continue to play it after the whistle. And she sends it down, and Roanoke's trying to get their offense behind center's defense, and center plays the ball away and sends it back to midfield. And now they have it on their sticks, and they're back in their offensive end. Again, center putting it in the center of the field. Putting a shot on. And that was knocked down. And again, a shot toward Darian Shooker as they try to deflect it in, and it goes off a center stick and out the far side. And it'll be played by Roanoke, 16 yards in front of their goal. And Morgan Ryan plays it back to Stacy Bechtel, who I believe has come to Shannon McCarthy, and we have another whistle.
Ball bounced off the center college player's foot, so ref just wanted to reset play and play it legally.
And center again with a step through and the takeaway, and immediately they put offensive pressure on Roanoke. This time we have another whistle, and Roanoke's going to get a free hit toward the neutral area. Morgan Ryan will play it. We've now gone below 6 minutes with center up 3-0. Morgan Ryan puts it down. And Roanoke sends it up, and the ball's now in the midfield area, and again, center with a step through, and they put the ball on their sticks and send it back down to their offensive end. They're now playing it on the far side. And Roanoke's playing it on the far side now as they get the ball away, and it comes to their sticks. And Kelly Finn. And this is Marceline Peak trying to get a shot around C.C. Lindsay. And the ball comes out.
Roanoke had numbers there. They had 3-on-1, and Marceline Peak saw the opportunity and took the shot, but the goalie read her correctly and made the great save.
And center's just trying to play it up now. They play it to the neutral area, trying to turn. They're going to reverse field now and come to the near side. Spaced nicely, and again they get a run on Darian Shooker. And there's a shot toward Shooker that goes wide. And Roanoke will play that 16 yards in front of their goal. 4:29 remaining in the second half, 3-0 center. And they tried to get it to Muriel Hunt, and Muriel Hunt's able to play that, and she leaves it for Sophie Otterloo. And the ball comes to Marceline Peak, and we have a whistle, and Sophie Otterloo is going to play it freely here at midfield, leaves it for Julie Brown, taken away by center. Center again in their offensive end as they immediately take it straight down the neutral area. That time it's taken away by Morgan Ryan and hit, and it's out off of Morgan Ryan as she missed hitting her teammate with the pass. She was looking for Muriel Hunt, and now center is just going to try to play some keep away. 3:40 remaining in the second half, 3-0 center. And Roanoke has a free play this time on the far side. The ball comes down. Roanoke playing it on the far side. And this looks like Marceline Peak again, trying to take it toward the goal. C.C. Lindsay steps out. And we have, I think, center's going to be able to play this 16 yards in front of their goal. Actually, it's a far hit for Roanoke. Sometimes it's hard to see where those folks are pointing down there in the pink read. And we send the ball all the way up for center, and now they're going to run after it, and Roanoke's going to have to run all the way back. I think center's just trying to send long clearing balls now, Reed.
Yeah, well, that's all they really have to do is clear the ball long, and that'll at least take 10, 15 seconds off the clock each time.
And again, center gets the ball away from Roanoke, and the ball goes wide of Darian Shooker. Roanoke will put this ball back in play. What are we going to have? We're going to have a long hit for center. Long hit for center on the far side. And they try to put it up high. And I think that got called that time.
Yeah, it was a dangerous hit on Roanoke. She deflected it up high towards the player's face, and referee called it and gave center the ball back.
And center again keeping pressure on and keeping the ball in their offensive 50 of the pitch. And we go down the wide side of the field, the far side. And center's going to get a free hit right at the midfield area, and they play it. Comes to the stick of Julie Brown. And ball goes up and comes back down on a stick of center. And Roanoke plays it away, and that looks like Shannon McCarthy trying to leave it for Kelly Finn. Kelly Finn's going to play it. And we're going down the far side of the field now. Muriel Hunt with help from Kelly Finn. And center trying to keep the ball out. And we have a whistle. And do we have an injury? Have a young lady being sent off. It looks like Marceline Peak going off. And center's played the ball. And it's in their offensive end again. We've gone under a minute, 54 seconds remaining in the second half. Center playing it in their offensive end down the near side. Lauren Hurley was after it. It's going to be played in by center. Under 40 seconds to go. As center clears it in. And again, they have the ball deep in Roanoke's offensive zone. This time they're going to draw a whistle. And Roanoke will play it 16 yards in front of their goal. Lauren Hurley looking for Muriel Hunt. Off of her stick, and center will play it in. We've gone under 20 seconds. And Roanoke plays it away. Center trying to come up and play it, and Roanoke's played it across the midfield stripe, and now center comes up with that. And it looks like our final score this afternoon is going to be 3-0 center. And we'll have final statistics and a word from Coach Brianna Banks in just a moment. This is Roanoke College Field Hockey. Back here at Kerr Stadium with some final stats before we get thoughts from Brianna Banks. For Center College, Barbara Parks had 4 shots, 2 shots on goal and an assist. Erin Bacon had a shot. Sydney White had 2 shots, 1 was on goal. Alexis Abear had 1 shot, it was on goal and she scored. Courtney Kuiper had 2 shots, 1 was on goal, 1 was a goal. Courtney Kuiper had 2 assists. And Chelsea Klein had 1 shot, it was on goal and it was a goal. Julie Gates had a shot on goal. Center had 12 shots, 7 on goal, 3 goals and 3 assists. CeCe Lindsay played 70 minutes in goal for Center and made 2 saves and gave up no goals. Center College had 12 shots, Roanoke had 4. Center College had 7 penalty corners, Roanoke had 4. For Roanoke, Devin Huddleston had 1 shot, it was on goal. Marceline Peak had 2 shots, 1 was on goal, and Morgan Ryan had 1 shot. Roanoke had 4 shots, 2 on goal, and they did not score. Darian Shooker played all 70 minutes, gave up 3 goals, and made 4 saves. Center College had 2 saves, and Roanoke had 4. And the goal scoring at 17:38 of the first half, Alexis Abear, assisted by Courtney Kuiper for Center, making the score 1-0. At 58:34, which is in the second half, Courtney Kuiper scored, assisted by Barbara Parks, goal into the right side. And at 61:53, Chelsea Klein scored for Center, assisted by Courtney Kuiper, goal into the left side. CeCe Lindsay has a record now of 6-6, and Darian Shooker, her record falls to 4-9. We'll be back in just a moment with final thoughts from Coach Brianna Banks. This is Roanoke College Field Hockey. And we're back here at the press box at Kerr Stadium with field hockey coach Brianna Banks. And Brianna, today, a tough one.
It was a tough one. I don't think we didn't play too bad. We just had a few minutes in the second half where, they kind of had back-to-back goals where we kind of just broke down for, maybe between 5 and 8 minutes. And, that's kind of where, it left us with the 3-0 defeat. So.
They were able, for most of the game, though, to keep their ball in their offensive half. They did a very good job of that.
Center.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were. They just did a lot of quick passes to their teammates' sticks, so they were able to control the ball. And defensively, I don't think I thought we did really well for the amount of quick passes that they were doing. I thought we played very patient and we contained them very well.
And I thought the defense in front of Darian Shooker was excellent.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they did a really good job today as far as keeping their sticks down, marking their man-to-man marking. They definitely picked that up as far as the basically intensity and execution of their defense. And
you're back in league play with your next game, which is tomorrow at Shenandoah.
Yep.
So what do you look for as you go up to Winchester?
I just want us to take things from today that we could have improved on. Not the one goal where they had a messed up corner play center, and we needed to retrieve that ball, and they scored on that. We just got to remember those things and not allow us to do that and put our heads down or get frustrated. We just need to come out on top and on fire and know that we can defeat Shenandoah. We just have to make sure that we play together and we don't get frustrated.
And if you are able to come up with a victory tomorrow afternoon, that'll give you a winning record in the ODAC. So that's important, and we wish you luck with that.
Thank you.
And then you'll come back with Lebanon Valley for the next home game at 11:30 a.m. next Sunday.
Yeah.
So we'll be here early for that one. And until then, good luck.
Thank you.
And this is Brett Pelletier from Kerr Stadium, and you've been listening to Roanoke College Field Hockey. Good day.